guys, and welcome to I Don't Have Time to Google That Shit.
Welcome.
I'm Jonas.
I'm Kelly.
That's Kelly. And yeah, basically you guys know the deal. If you don't know the deal, we're here doing our part to help you become a smarter individual. Because we have time to Google those questions that you've always had in your head, but you haven't had the time to sit down and actually do that research.
Absolutely. You guys want something answered, all you do is email into the show. The previous episodes, we actually weren't sure what email we were going to give out to people.
Yeah, it took us a while.
Yeah, exactly. We were just getting questions off the street. But now we have a system in place. Please send your emails to searchthatshit@gmail.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Because actually we couldn't use Google that shit. We couldn't get Google wouldn't let us.
It's true. It was actually quite upsetting since we're clearly giving them so much free press. Free pub is there.
Yeah, they should be sending us the cash. Send us that cash money, Google. That Google money.
As a brief screw you to Google, we tried to get Google that shit at yahoo.com. But that didn't work either.
Awesome.
So yeah.
No, but that's not it. It's searchthatshit@gmail.com.
Search that shit at gmail.com. Pretty easy, guys.
You guys send in your questions. We will read them on air, and we will answer them with the help of what we already know and the Google machine right in front of us.
Exactly. Between the two of us, there's a lot of life experience, and between the three of us, third being this computer here, with Google, we know everything.
We know a lot. Google knows some.
A little more.
Yeah, mixed in, we got a good array of knowledge going here. So, yeah, boom.
Yeah.
Send us in your questions.
All right. Well, as you can see, we've got a new set.
Yep.
We got some nature in here.
We got funding. We got some cash money.
But yeah, without further ado, let's let you guys know what you want to know.
Boom. Let's get right into it,
Getting into it. All right. Here we go. First listener says, Hey guys, love the show. We love you too. I enjoy reading nonfiction books because I love learning. Do you think I could learn more if I could read faster? Should I look into speed reading? I don't have time to Google that shit.
Oh, speed reading. Interesting.
I have you ever met a speed reader?
No.
I haven't either. But I remember those commercials of that guy. Wasn't he like selling like a program in the 90s where he was like, I read the Bible in 20 minutes.
No way.
Like
that much?
Literally, maybe not the Bible, but
yeah.
it was definitely like a whole novel this man could just pound at like the same time that you would watch an episode of Seinfeld. And he sold like a program like that was going to teach you how to speed read. I don't remember that guy's name, but I do remember just...
That rings a bell,
laughing at the commercials because his hands would go across the page at this insane rate. I was like,
so wait, his hands... Oh, so
like he was helping
him...
He
was following the words, sort of, but like at a super fast... I almost thought you were flipping pages for a second.
Yeah, no, not that fast.
So yeah, he's like underlining like super fast.
That would have been
speed reading.
Johnny Five from Short Circuit. Did you ever see that movie as a
kid?
He's speed read by pages.
But he's also a machine, so it's,
I, for one, don't think speed reading is going to help you educate yourself because it doesn't seem like you would retain any of that knowledge.
It's a good point. I love reading. Nonfiction books are my preference. Although I say I love reading, I don't read that much. But when when I do, it is actually nonfiction. It's like something I don't know, trying to learn more about, something to, grow the podcast or something, or something on the stock market, or something that'll help me be more well-rounded, I guess. But in those circumstances, I actually find myself rereading pages, paragraphs, whole chapters that like I get to the end and I'm like, I feel like I grasped most of that, but I didn't like fully understand it. So I'll actually go back. So speed reading sounds absurd for nonfiction, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like you would be completely wasting your time. I know that a bunch of the listeners have to be nodding their heads along because I've expressed this to people as well that like, I want to read more. I have way more books than I have read. I bought them or I got them because I was excited after a friend told me about them. And I can read 10 pages at a time. And then by the 11th page, I'll read 5 pages more. And then I'll go, I haven't retained a single thing since page 10. Got to go back. It'll take me for goddamn
So what is
ever.
is your mind wandering?
Definitely.
Like you like slowly like start thinking about like
like
what you're gonna do later.
Or something in the book will send me off on a different thing.
Exactly.
You know, they'll be talking about being on a sailing ship, and I'll remember being on Cape Cod as a kid, and I'm reading, but I'm not present at all.
Yeah, God forbid the book is interesting. It really throws you to another spot where you can't even pay attention. I find
the only trick that's worked for me is I have to actively read aloud in my head, like I'm stepping up to a podium. So it's not just passively reading the words.
Right.
But what was the actual question? Will speed reading help me read faster?
Actually, I have a good tip right off the bat. You can increase on YouTube videos, podcasts, and audiobooks. You can increase the speed of listening. So I've heard of people actually listening to audiobooks on 1.5 or times 2 speed.
Times 2?
Yeah. So you could actually, because some authors actually read
talk
quite
really slow. You're right.
And I enjoy that because, again, you really try to understand, you're trying to learn something, you really want to understand it, but you could absolutely read, or quote unquote read,
take in
the knowledge of a book. First of all, audiobooks, you could take in more knowledge than reading as it is, because you can it's just it's happening faster as it is. You can do it while you're doing another activity, while you're driving, while you're commuting to work. You can listen to the audiobook. You can't read while you're commuting to work.
No.
You
shouldn't be.
You can.
I guess if you have a Tesla, there's probably people trying that right now.
Yeah, there's probably a button on the Tesla that's like,
I want to read or have sex right now.
Yeah, where's the read sex button? But yeah, I would recommend audiobooks 1.5 times speed.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, if you want
basically they're speed reading for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Speed reading to you.
I am curious though, because I'm not familiar with how they do it.
Yeah.
How to learn speed reading. Yeah, what was the question though? Should I speed read?
Yeah, or will speed reading help me read faster?
Help me read
because they love learning. So yeah, they want to learn faster.
All right, here's a blog.
He looks cool.
Oh, Tim Ferriss.
Oh, nice. I've never seen his face before.
Great podcast. You should check it out. Scientific speed reading, how to read 300% faster in 20 minutes. So you can read this article, Tim Ferriss Show blog, I believe. Let's see. So there's a project.
They seem to have done like a real study with a bunch of people or something. Tested with speakers of 5 languages. Even dyslexics were conditioned to read technical material at more than 3,000 words per minute. 10 pages per minute. That's...
Holy hell.
I'm a page a minute guy, maybe.
What the hell? All right. This is getting too deep. I'm actually just...
Yeah, that's a heady
I'm curious, like,
right
I guess
there.
I could just Google, like, what is it? What you need to know about speed reading.
All right, here we go.
All right, speed reading is a skill that almost seems like a superpower. The ability to quickly read and comprehend books. So are these people comprehending them?
Yeah, that's what
like,
I want to know.
That's the question, like legit. Like
if
do they read 3 sentences and then flip the page and they're like speed
like
reader.
Can we test you on your knowledge? Like not like in that hour. We're gonna wait 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And see if you actually retained any of that stuff.
Or even like
seems like
what happened last chapter.
Yeah, yeah. If you're me, I would already be like, I can answer questions about this chapter.
If you're doing a study about it, like retention has to be part of the study, doesn't it?
I would hope so.
Like, or else everyone's gonna be like, all right, I'm in a speed reading study. Oh, I want everyone to know how fast there's a certain like prestige that goes along with reading faster. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like these people are all, excited about reading fast.
All right, so let's find out. What if we Google success after speed reading? No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
All right, skimming is to glance through text to find important parts to read. Although this is usually considered a speed reading method, you're not teaching yourself to read faster. You're just learning which parts you can skip over.
Like when we read a freaking news article or try to find out how to bake some bread.
Yeah, exactly.
We know what to skip over.
We skim the hell over it, but I read that. As you'd expect, study shows that we don't remember that many details when we skim. All right, how speed reading affects comprehension. Sure, speed reading is a nice idea, and the ability to see 1,000 words a minute is technically possible. But the problem is that you don't truly understand all these words. Research is pretty limited here, but a book... Sorry, I'm trying to skim here. I'm trying to speed read this article.
It seems like they just... I feel like they backed us up. If you want to read something that's mostly full of junk, but you're trying to get one nugget of knowledge, like what did the Speaker of the House say during this congressional event?
Of course, what everyone wants.
They'll have all these like paragraphs of setup, and then you get to the one quote, and that was all it was about. That's just skimming. Skim reading is not speed reading. I feel like speed reading is a fake.
I've seen this thing before, actually. Now that we're talking about it, have you ever seen the thing where it must be some sort of speed reading thing? Actually, I think it proves that speed reading is possible.
Okay.
So instead of like seeing the text and reading it from left to right, what this thing actually does is there's just one box on the screen. I see it on the internet. I'll try to Google it and find it. There's one box on the screen, and it actually fires the words, like the words are popping up one at a time and then disappearing, but they're popping up really quickly and disappearing, and you're actually able to comprehend it at an incredible speed. Like it proves that we can read super fast.
That might work for some people, but even you explaining that drove me insane. Whenever I look up a song on YouTube and the video is a lyric video, I am infuriated. I'm like, I can hear the lyrics. I don't need them popping up on screen in various fonts and disappearing as they are spoken. It drives my mind kind of crazy. But I think I have more of a photographic kind of mind. Like I like to see images, and I retain images. So I feel like when I see words popping up on the screen,
here it is. Sorry.
Not at all.
Butted right in.
This is the point.
I was trying to find it. All right, so right now we're looking at, and I say we're looking at, even we are recording this visually, which is on YouTube. You can always check out our podcast on YouTube.
You can see us waving at you.
And I say, but I'm saying we're seeing. The people at home aren't even seeing this, but it's a square, and inside of the square, the gray square, is one word. So not like a paragraph of words. And when I hit play, the words fire up in front of us one at a time.
At 300 words per minute.
At 300 words per minute, yeah. Speed reading. All right. So I'm just going to click on it and just look at the center and see if we can comprehend it. Crazy.
And that's at 300.
I mean, first of all, just incredible incredible audio drama here as we go silent for 3 seconds.
We just doing radio sounds.
It is interesting though.
Yeah, it is.
I understood every one of those words.
I missed a couple, but I understood the gist.
But you were like
I was following the whole
you were following
sentiment,
what they were talking
Basically,
about.
it was saying the average person only reads 200 words a minute, and that's because of the way we've been taught how to read, and we're kind of like slowing ourselves down. But you do have the ability to absorb more faster. And it did work. It did work. I'm surprised.
It was kind of cool though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, people should check this out. It's Spreeder.
SPREEDER.com.
So like saying speed reader really fast with a broken English. Spreeder!
Spreeder! Spreeder!
Spreeder.com, and you can try this little exercise for yourself and see how it works for you. And that might be great for the listener. This could be your first way to start and see if speed reading is for you. I do think it's definitely geared towards reference material, nonfiction, educative stuff. You don't want to read like Siddhartha or Moby Dick this way.
No.
You're gonna miss out on what the authors were. Yeah.
You would literally
definitely not
nothing. I
Nobody
understand nothing as it is.
Yeah. Well, that's great. All right. Thanks, guys.
Speed
reading.
All right, cool. On to the next question.
That was pretty cool.
That was a good start, yeah.
I haven't really thought about any of that stuff. All right. This listener says, Jonas and Kelly, I'd be stoked if my question got on the show. It's on the show, episode number 3, so tune in.
Stoked up.
I'm 16 and I want to be a professional gamer. I play video games all day long, and my mom tells me to keep my grades up so I can go to college. But screw that shit. I like this kid's tone. Do you think I can become a gamer? How long will it take me to make tons of that sweet cash money from playing video games? He put the emoji with dollars coming out of the guy's mouth. Yeah.
Like money symbols in the eyes.
Yeah. How long will it take me to make tons of that sweet cash money from playing video games? You guys are the best. Love the show. Oh yeah, and I don't have time to Google that shit. Jake from California. Hey, all right. Thanks, Jake.
Sweet.
And glad
good question, Jake. Yeah.
Sent it in for us. I don't know much about gaming. I feel like I have learned, though, that the esports gaming world has been growing. The last game that I really actively played was probably Splinter Cell for the original Xbox.
Oh, nice.
And Halo 2.
Oh, man. Halo 2. Halo 2 and marijuana is one of the big reasons that I ended up dropping out of college, and I since went back and got my degree, but it was a huge
time suck.
I mean, it was the best. We used to
Did you do the System Link thing, or were you online?
Did we do the System Link?
The System Link was amazing when that came on the scene.
So if you guys don't know what the System Link is, so in college we'd be, in our dorms, we would skip class constantly, and we would basically connect our Xboxes via Ethernet cable, like across the way.
Yeah.
So we'd do like 4-on-4 Halo, just kill everyone matches.
On two
where
different
4
TVs.
people would be in the other room on one team with the door closed and like strategizing, as we'd be on the other room strategizing.
It felt so legit. I was
it was the best.
I'm going to war.
It was the best. It really did.
I can remember all-nighters with my friends. You bring your Xbox over his house. We're setting up in 2 different rooms. It was such a game changer.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was like, I'd wake up every morning hungover, but with every intention of going to class that day. Yeah. And my roommate and my friend across the hall would just come into the room and say, hey, do you guys want to link up? And I'm like, I got class. Goes the day. I have class in like an hour. And he's like, "Ah, oh, come on, you know you want to link up." And I'm like, "Fuck it, we're linking up. Let's fucking do it. Get the weed."
Oh, there are a few more games, for me that ever could suck me in. Like, there's some games I can play a lot of that, like, but there's you hit a point after 2 hours where you're like, I've definitely had enough. Halo was not that case. I would just keep playing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got good at it. So like, when you're good at it, like, gaming's incredible. It takes a while to get good at it. But once you're good at it and you're playing a game, especially that like you're shooting the other person or killing the other person, it is the most fun thing to kill all your friends in a video game.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there's nothing better.
Especially when you know, like,
and then like squatting, and then like squatting on their head. If you can't see me in the visual, I'm like squatting over their head, and they're like, "Oh, you motherfucker!"
And it's all they can look at because they're dead.
Oh yeah,
so they're screaming.
But I mean, that was just basically the time that we played video games was right around that. This was probably 05 or whatever, when 05, 06, Halo was Halo 2 was just killing it. But like, if there's a new Call of Duty League that just started.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like people get paid and hired?
Like people show up to the arena and watch people play Call of Duty against each other.
That's incredible.
It's like a league, as
I would have never imagined
an NFL or an NBA would be a league.
Yeah.
Like there are owners, they pay to get players that they want on their team for Call of Duty. Like, it's so crazy for Call of Duty.
It's unreal. Yeah, no, I heard just the other day somewhere that some teenager won like $6 million in some esports arena. Yeah. Like, and how tough does it have to be as a parent who's telling your kid, like, just like Jake from California, that he needs to keep up on school to be a success, and he's like, I'm actually more successful than you are.
Yeah, than you. Yeah, sorry, Mom. I know you have I know you're a professor at the local college, and
you have your tenure, but I have $6 million in the bank.
So who's cleaning my room now? I ain't. Oh my god.
Yeah, look at these arenas. It's like like a Taylor Swift show. It's a packed arena. I don't know why I said Taylor Swift. There's a lot of other people who sell out shows. I've never been to a Taylor Swift show.
No, she's the only one that has sold out stadiums. Taylor Swift. Shout out to T Swift, of course.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Taylor, if you have a question, send it in.
This article is saying that there are new ways to make a living that didn't exist 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago, even within the games industry. So this industry, I'm telling you, the Call of Duty, like the Call of Duty League just came out. I'm pretty sure it's backed by EA Sports. So EA Sports is basically becoming
a league.
Yeah, or not even. They're basically spinning off leagues, like a Call of Duty League.
Right, because there's no end to how many.
What's the big one in Japan and China? There's a massive Overwatch.
Overwatch is big. The Fortnite is also really huge now. I heard, but I don't know how many of these people can make money at.
I don't know if there's a Fortnite league though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fortnite though, they make tons of money on YouTube, Twitch, streamers.
Yeah,
like there's a way to do that.
And there's like in-game purchases, right, for that shit. That's not related to what we're talking about, but yeah.
I mean,
Overwatch.
Jake, what's his name? Jake, right, from California.
Yeah,
Jake. There may be more ways for you to make money gaming than there is to go to college and get a psychology degree.
Oh, definitely,
like legitimately,
psychology for sure.
But like probably a lot of people choose that. Sociology, psychology,
degrees,
liberal arts.
If you aren't going for a science or computer degree, you're probably better off gaming.
Yeah, or even business. A lot of people choose business as I'm undeclared, but like
this will help me in life.
Yeah, like I do want to make money, so I'll choose business.
All right, so let's look up what's the most somebody's made gaming. And yeah, Jake, if you have any kind of personality at all, you probably don't need us telling you this, but you should get on Twitch because you might even be able to make money right away just by playing your games at home.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have to assume Twitch is similar to YouTube in the fact that you have to like, you know, gain a following and like it's probably not. Yeah. It's probably certainly not easy, but there's a way to do it. All right. So I just Googled highest paid gamer
2019.
You want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. So, popular Twitch streamer turned Mixer streamer and Drake's former Fortnite teammate Ninja, real name Tyler Blevins. I have too. Which is crazy. Made the top spot on the list. $17 million in 2019. 1 year.
So he's not in one of these leagues that we're talking about. He just streams. So he's, okay. So he does Fortnite and other games streaming.
Oh, okay.
So he's basically like a YouTuber who plays games.
All right. How much do pro gamers make 2019?
Which is, you know,
I
is
guess
also
that would be
the question.
Same thing. Yeah. So
I'm not dismissing it.
But this isn't competitive.
Yeah, if I started dismissing 17 million pennies, 17 million, that's not what I'm looking for. I need way more than that. Shit. But that is also the highest. Like, the highest of, you know, a particular thing is going to make...
Right.
You know, what's the highest paid, you know, in fashion? Or bowler.
Yeah.
Or,
right, there's not a lot of people up in that echelon up top.
Like, should I get into making my own clothes and into fashion? Well, you know, Tommy Hilfiger makes a lot of money. Yeah. It's like, well, that's not like...
Don't compare yourself to him yet.
That's not really a connection you should make. So I just want to make sure you can make that much money streaming, but that, you know, how much the top person makes is should not be...
I'm intrigued by how do I join esports? Is there any interesting nugget of knowledge in there?
Yeah. Actually, well, let me just read this real quick.
Oh, sure.
The highest earning gamers in the world, No Tail is essentially his gamer tag. Real name, Johan Sunstein, is a professional
Dota 2
player. At the age of 26, he's won a total of $6.9 million from 108 tournaments, making an average prize value of $64,000
per tourney. Wow.
Per tournament. So he enters tournaments. I'm assuming some of these guys in these leagues must make even more than that. Well, they probably go to tournaments too.
Yeah.
But like, how are these people making so much money on a game I've never even heard of? Like, that's like really interesting.
It's unreal. This is really one of the many ways that the internet has transformed the world. There are people doing things in such large volumes that you still have no idea about.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you think about it, a decent strategy for you, Jake, in California is, well, first, tell your mom you're going to college. Like, get her off your back, man. Don't say, I'm going to do the games, Mom. Like, just say, Mom, I'm down here studying. Stay up. You know, I'm down in the basement. I'm assuming he's playing in the basement or in his room, you know, with the locked door, with the outside of the door says, like, do not enter. I assume.
Filling out some college applications to show her that you're being proactive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then get accepted to one. Yeah. And then don't go to class. All right, this may not be the best advice. All right, actually, don't...
Get your mom off your back is the point.
Yeah, get your mom off your back so you can actually practice.
Do what she says for the most part.
Like, your mom just wants you to be happy. She doesn't understand that you can actually make a living in video games. She doesn't know that, so it's not her fault. She grew up in a time where you went to college or you were a bum. You know, it's just, that's not the world we live in anymore.
Yeah.
That's just not. But a decent strategy for you is, like, I've never even heard of that game we just said. What was that? Dota
2.
Dota 2. Get in the circle of video games and find one that
maybe just be growing.
Yeah, just growing, or just maybe, like, find what find where Dota 2 was right before it became this game that tournaments popped up, you know?
Yeah.
And then find a couple games that may get there and become the best person at those games.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Put your hammer down and just get the best.
Yeah. It's like, Dota 2, I actually don't play Dota 2, but I play Dota 3. No, I can't think of another name for a game, but all right, you want to read this?
I played Dota 3. I played Biscuit Hunter. That's definitely going to be a game.
Biscuit Hunter.
That was the perfect note for
Biscuit Hunter.
It's lonely out here in these hills. I gotta find a biscuit.
I've been hunting for this biscuit all day.
Goddamn, am I hungry. My old horse, Jibby, he's hungry too.
You found the biscuit. You win.
Yeah!
Alright.
So yeah, focus on just one game. Choose a gaming platform. Study popular techniques. I mean, I feel like that comes kind of intrinsically.
Focus on one game though.
Yeah.
That was what I was saying. I didn't see that.
Practice a lot. Attend esports summer camps. So look that up if you have a little money. I'm sure it's going to cost
esports
a little bit,
camp.
but you might get yourself around some challenging folks that are going to push you harder. Like the saying goes, you think you're running as fast as you can until someone is running next to you, and then you have that impetus to run faster.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're like, shit, I could run faster than
that's true. That's actually somebody. I think somebody just beat what's his name? Usain Bolt's record, and they were saying because he destroyed everyone so much that he basically let up at the end.
Yeah,
like last time he raced.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's lonely at the top. You're like, all I do is keep winning, man.
Yeah, he, his last. Not like a long, it's like 100-yard dash, I'm pretty sure. So like the last 8 feet, he was just like raising his hand and like,
right,
I'm the fucking best. I'm the fucking best. You know what I mean? But these, in a recent race, they were, neck and neck, and like every last little, and it's a good point.
Yeah.
If you don't have somebody going next to you, but I will say, attend an esports summer camp. I mean, I feel like I already want to advocate for exercise at this esports summer camp. like literally, do they wake up? Like, there's got to be the amount of Red Bulls and Hot Pockets at this.
Insane. Mountain Dew, Red Bull, Hot Pockets,
Taco Bell,
and Cheetos.
Pizza delivery.
Yeah, combos for sure. I picture that fucking South Park episode where they're all playing Warcraft in the basement. They don't even get up to shit.
They like the double chins. I got a double chin. I'm just sitting here in the basement, and they just gain so much weight.
I hope these esports summer camps have some mandatory exercise activities going on.
I mean, I would honestly be willing to bet that you play better if you're in better shape.
I think that's true.
Like energy,
the pictures we've seen of some of these people that won big money, they're not like fat or unhealthy looking. So just like last week when we talked about the hot dog guys, it's surprising actually that things you would think people would automatically be fat and lazy. No, they're still fit, and it makes them perform better.
Yeah, good point. All right, I feel like I feel like we nailed that.
We learned a lot about gaming. Jake, you should game.
Don't go to school.
Don't go to school.
You hear that, kids?
Figure out how to be good at Dota 2. We're gonna have to find out what the hell that is later.
Yeah, want to play it later?
Yeah.
Dota 2.
Next time they see us, we're like in an esports summer camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, we're playing Dota 2. We're on Twitch now, so the podcast is over.
We didn't realize how much money we could make playing Dota 2. We've committed our lives to Dota 2. All right, next question.
All right, this one. Listener writes, how does Spotify and Pandora and Soundcloud work? How much money does the artist make per song? I don't have time to Google that shit. Hey, we do. So thanks for sending in.
Damn, that is a good one.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of people.
Is there a name on that one?
No. No.
All right, sweet. Guys, leave your name. It's kind of fun to... We'd love to answer it personally.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
We want you to feel involved because you are involved. But yeah, I don't know. I do know that I think a lot of people think that like artists and musicians are making a good amount of money on Spotify and Pandora. But I've heard that it's actually quite low, like a fraction of a penny per listen. Which
per listen.
Which becomes
like
money
per,
when
you're
you're Taylor Swift, because you have 150,000 listens a day or whatever the number might be.
Yeah.
But for the average Joe who's got like 10 listens, you're gonna take some time to make some money.
Yeah, damn.
But the good thing is you're getting your name out there.
So all right,
this is the world we live in. But
so let's pretend for a second that we just wrote this song, the one we just wrote, the Biscuit Hunter.
Yeah.
Biscuit Hunter. All right, whatever it was. But it was actually a good song, and we put it. Let's pretend it's a huge stretch at this point, but let's pretend it's a good song. We upload that, and oh my god, in the first 2 weeks, let's say month, in the first month, 10,000 people listen to our song. So what is the...
I would think that's a success. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
10,000 people. I never would have imagined.
I feel like we literally would have made it.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess let's as that is a scenario, let's figure out how much we would make from that. If I had a guess, I would say, 10,000 people listening to my song. I just started. I would say like $500. I feel like, and I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
we're gonna find out.
No, but I feel like that would be a fair number. You'd be like, hey, this is gonna pay a couple of bills this month.
Yeah, like you've been working at this for so long, you've had no traction, and finally one of your songs pop off, and you're getting 10,000 listens.
Yeah.
Let's which one do you want to choose though? Spotify as an example, or
whichever one.
SoundCloud,
so they asked about Pandora and SoundCloud. I never listen to anything on SoundCloud, so I don't know much about them.
Yeah, I'm not either. Okay, let's just do Spotify's the biggest, so it might be the easiest to search for it.
Okay.
So you said it's per stream?
I believe it is.
All right.
I believe because they count that whenever you go on Spotify and listen to like one of your favorite bands, you can see how many monthly listeners they have, and they have all their songs rated by how many listens, and they'll have listens in the millions.
Oh, really? So we could actually search exactly how much a specific artist is making.
Yeah, we probably could.
All right, let's do this real quick though. Spotify, cost per revenue per stream.
Yeah.
Oh, revenue calculator. There we go. So I'll be able to put 10,000.
Calculate your Spotify royalties calculator.
All right. So we came upon this thing called streamingroyaltycalculator.com.
Oh, this is a cool little resource for musicians.
This is kind of cool.
It's got all the popular.
Oh, it's got all the things, including
all the popular
SoundCloud
places
and Pandora.
you can listen to music on there.
So right now it's asking me what streaming service. It says Spotify, Apple. What's that?
Tidal. That's
Tidal?
Kanye's.
Oh shit. Google Play, Deezer, Amazon, Napster. Napster's still a thing? All right. Either way, I'm gonna click Spotify. Maybe Napster's for another day.
So yeah, let's try 10,000.
All right, number.
That's what we'd be excited
it's asking
about.
me what streaming service, number of streams, and then a big button to calculate how much you'll make. It's as simple as that. So in this scenario, I'm gonna click Spotify. I'm gonna click 10,000 listens. $40.
Oh, that's
$40.
crushing. That's crushing.
You basically can get Chinese food delivered for a couple of your friends.
So it's a fourth of a penny per listen.
Is that what
it sounds like? But can you imagine spending a whole month watching your listens go up? You're like, dude, 2,000 people listened today. Oh, and yesterday, 1,800 listened. tomorrow we got another 300. And you're like, we're killing it.
Oh my god.
And then you can go to
your friends
Chipotle with your buddy.
Seriously, your friends are making you pick up the tab at the club. It's like,
we're swimming in it, man. Yeah, get another bottle.
They're like,
Grey Goose. We want the Grey Goose.
Yeah, exactly. Bottle service. You're paying $400 for a bottle of Grey Goose, when in reality you can only buy one bottle of Grey Goose
at the store. Not there.
No. On the curb in front of the liquor store.
I could just picture like a show, like this scenario of somebody getting excited and getting a little VIP and bottle service. And then when the guy comes over to bring their bottle, he's like, what are you guys celebrating? And you say you have 10,000 listens on Spotify. And he's a musician. He goes, bro, you can't afford this.
You can't afford shit. He's like, your waiter is like, I have 600,000 listens per month.
And I can't afford this.
And I still need this job. All right, although this does lead it to me to ask, instead of Spotify, I want to click Pandora.
And that's the thing. If you are streaming, you're gonna be on all the apps.
Oh shit!
So at least you'd be adding them all together. Pandora is even worse.
I just clicked Pandora, 10,000 listens, $14. So, Pandora, what the hell's going on, man? You're doing.
Aren't they selling ads? They're selling crazy ads on these platforms.
Tons of ads.
Who's making all the money?
Pandora.
Clearly.
All right, let me click SoundCloud.
Yeah.
10,000 listens. $13.
Oh man.
So coming in, if 1, 2, 3, we got Spotify, Pandora, SoundCloud. Although you have to think that if you're making a song that has 10,000 listens, you may be putting them on all these platforms after. So.
Yeah.
So this is an adding up game.
Right. Yeah. So right now we would have.
You're not choosing SoundCloud. No.
Actually,
I'm not doing Spotify. I'm choosing SoundCloud. Like you might spend more time on there, but
you can spread the love around. All right. So let's just. I know that I should be able to do this math in my head, but what's a million? What's a million views?
All right. For what, Spotify?
Yeah. 1 million listens.
All right. What do I have? 10,000. That's 100,000. That's a million. Right.
I guess it'll be what, $4 grand?
$4 grand. $4,000
for a million.
This is insane. I thought it was so much more than this.
You can buy a nice bike. A real nice bike.
Bicycle.
You're a celebrity and you get a bike.
Honestly, that is unbelievable. So you can probably afford 2 months rent if you live in a
major
high to do city. Yeah, if you live in San Francisco, Boston, New York, LA, any number of big cities. This is 2 months rent for $1 million. If Biscuit Hunter takes off and we get $1 million, we can't do shit.
No. You need other
I'm not on my yacht.
They need to learn how to play Dota 2 is what they should do.
Oh my god.
Along with your music career.
Like legitimately, actually that's a really funny point because honestly, if somebody's like, I've been making music, I have this hit album, or I have this album that I think is going to be big.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm getting really far. I'm starting to get a little traction. I feel like there's so much prestige and excitement from like family, friends, people you meet. It's like, this is awesome. Like you could really take off. Like that's amazing. But in reality, you might be more excited if somebody's like, I played Dota 2 all day long. And your friends and family might be like, screw you. And your mom, get a job. Yeah. Go. You're going to go to college. But like, that's actually financially.
Yeah. A more sound investment in your future.
It's a smarter decision, maybe.
Yeah. In the music world now, it appears you have to be touring and selling merch. That's where the artist really gets the money. Because still most of the world
that's true.
doesn't buy your music. I do think that more people buy music now than they did for the few years before all of these services where you can pay took off. But yeah, you got to sell merch and tour. Shows you make money.
It's a good point.
T-shirts
you make money. So that's a good point. So if you have 1 million Spotify listens,
you better have merch.
You can fill you know, you're not selling a stadium, but you can fill
you can do a good show.
You can go on tour.
Play mid-size venues, like 1,200 people venues, where you probably make 30 or 40 grand per show.
All right, so that's a good point. It's sort of like it's actually the way to get yourself out there in order to make money elsewhere. So, but I do want to give a huge middle finger to Spotify in these.
Oh, for sure we do. Fuck you, Spotify. Respect.
Like,
what are you doing with all your money?
Like, it feels like they're just...
People pay, what, $8 a month to fucking have no ads? And then they get all that ad revenue for the people that don't pay?
It's true.
It's a lot of money.
You know, I have this thing in my head where I'm like, you know, this day and age, you can put out a show, you know, like we're doing. You can start your own band. You can do this, and you know, you don't have to. You know, you can get big, and you know, just based on how good your stuff is. You know, like we can put this podcast and show out. You know, we can absolutely be the top 10 show. Yeah. You know, we can absolutely do that.
Fuck yeah.
But
we're the top show, bitch. Sorry, continue.
No. But like, is it better? Like they're like literally. So it goes from the music producers, or not producers, the agents and the record labels.
Yeah.
Screwing over the musician.
Yeah.
To now the streaming services screwing over the musician.
And they're all the while telling you this is the way. You must come get it.
Yeah, and they give you no other choice. Like, can't there actually be something that actually benefits the artist? Is that too much to ask? Yeah. Because it seems like it.
Here's what I will say to anybody out there who wants to make sure they're really supporting their favorite bands so that they keep making music is buy their shit, and if you can, always buy it through their website. Because then it's not...
Oh, there you go.
Then it's not going through those intermediary channels that are sticking their fingers in the pot, stealing your favorite guy's money.
No one's taking a cut. That's a good point. Or if you actually like them and they make good merchandise. I mean, that's most artists make merchandise because they try to make money from it. Yeah. And understandably so. Yeah. So, you know, honestly, if you like an artist right now and they're just coming up and you're like, you know, maybe they're gonna you know, play my city next year or something when they get a little bigger, go buy the t-shirt,
buy a hoodie,
buy a hat, buy a hoodie, buy a sweatshirt. Yes, it's gonna be, you know, a little more expensive than the sweatshirt down at
H&M or Hot Topic.
Yeah. Wherever the hell you get your sweatshirts. Yeah. But like, you know, it's actually gonna give money to that person so they can hire some people to actually go on tour, and you can actually see them live, and you can be like, you know, I helped fund this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Oh, fucking sweet. Yeah, so that was great, guys. And I feel like we really gave you some good answers. You gave us some knowledge today. That's a lot of stuff I didn't know a lot about. So.
Yeah, guys, awesome questions. Like, keep those coming in. That was fantastic. But as always, send your emails to searchthatshit@gmail.com.
Maybe we'll try to put it on the screen. Now, that might be too much work. But we're just going to point down anyway. Search that shit at Gmail.
This is me typing. Search that shit. No, I'll put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen. At this point, it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah. That was a great episode.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
So what were the topics?
All right.
Today we learned about Spotify royalties. Today we learned about reading fast. Speed reading's probably shit, but actually not. You can definitely do better than you think you can.
Video games.
Video games.
Video games.
Speed reading. And what was the other one?
Streaming, video games, and I think we had 3.
Oh, that's right.
We had 3.
That was it.
Yeah, there we go. Good questions, guys. All right, keep those questions
Yeah,
coming in. And,
we love doing this for you, so just
yeah.
keep on sending them in, and we're going to educate each other because you don't have time to Google that shit.
Hell yeah, guys. Twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. Look out. And yeah, hell yeah, man. Good job, and we'll see you guys till next time.